Hey everyone, welcome back. It's another Chica Chat. Woo! Welcome back everybody. So it has been another week in the world of YouTube and in real life, I suppose, because they happened at the same time. And it has been honestly kind of a weird week for me. Mostly just because I have been really up and down with should I be spending so much time on things that are my passions that I love but aren't like how do I say it? I don't they're not making me money. I mean, just being real. And then I have this day job that makes me money and I can spend time on it, and you know, that time and balance thing that I think I talked about a couple of vlogs ago. And I've just been wondering about that lately, and sort of that's been kind of putting me in a funny mood because I want so badly to not work in an office. Like, it's not really a secret to anyone, you know, and I love the people at my work. I love everything about it. It's just I don't think I'm meant to be at a desk all day unless it's playing computer games. So yeah, that's been kind of my mentality this week. But I've actually been listening to a lot of video game soundtracks, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, just because it's been on my mind. So as a dancer, music is super important to me, and when I play video games, and most anyone who plays video games can tell you, the soundtrack makes a big difference. If you are suddenly made aware of the sounds that are happening in a game, then that's usually not that great of a thing, because usually that means it's pulling you out of the world. If the music is so integrated with the story, integrated with what's happening, integrated with the visuals, you will feel there's this like magical thing that I feel when I know that everything in a game fits and it's just right. And so and that's the feeling I get, you know, when I play something like Journey. Journey for me is an example of a game with an incredible visual aesthetic, but then the soundtrack is out of this world. It fits perfectly with the game. And I have a side project that I'm working on that has to do with collecting video game music, because I want to do something that, again, combines my love of video games and just nerd culture in general. It's not always video games, and dance. And I have this really great idea. I will tell you guys more once it actually comes to fruition. This will be more of a long-term project, long-term plan. So this will definitely happen around probably June and July. But I'm in the pre-production phase of this right now, and I'm trying to collect music and concepts. And listening to video game soundtracks, I realized there is some really great music out there from video games. Like, hands down, one of my favorite genres to listen to, actually. But there is also this sort of weird divide between the really beautiful, epic, orchestral, like Final Fantasy-esque type soundtracks that are amazing, but I'm not finding anything in like the more hip-hop, pop, house kind of styles. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I see a lot of like really beautiful orchestrated soundtracks, a lot of really cool quirky tunes that like, honestly, I would say like Katamari Damacy has some really great, just sort of like poppy, sort of weird, quirky sounding tunes. I think Little Big Planet also has some really good stuff. I'm trying to think. I should have prepped this earlier. Things would have come to mind. Dropsy is a game that I love the soundtrack of, and those have some really great music as well. But I feel like there's this difference between music that's really nice to play in a game and listen to in a game versus music that I guess is good for outside of a game, outside of the context of the story. And so right now I'm actually struggling to find music that isn't super like on this side of like epic orchestral to create movement to. And so I think for me, that was actually one question I wanted to remember to pose to you guys, is if you guys know of any great video game soundtracks. I don't care if it's epic and orchestral, I just kind of want to know good video game soundtracks. What are some of your favorites? I know I mentioned Journey. I love the Final Fantasy, like, you know, every fangirl JRPG person out there. I think one game that I really loved surprisingly was Little Inferno. That soundtrack was incredible. And the sounds in that game were just out of this world. Really good. Undertale is a game I'm playing right now that I really love the sounds of. I'm trying to find game music that isn't just that's more complex and more interesting, so that you can listen to it outside of the game environment. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And other than that, I was just hoping to see how you guys were doing. I've been really excited about YouTube. You guys know I absolutely love doing this, because for me it's just a big chance. It's a chance to be a student again, because I love learning. Actually, if you ever get a chance, there's this book called Strength Finder. I think they're on like 2.0 now, but it's Strength Finder. And you basically take this quiz that tells you your top 5 strengths. And these top 5 sort of areas of strength that you have, you can have them manifest. They call it, I think it's like the attic or roof level or something, and then, or the balcony and the basement. And so balcony is when you maximize your strengths. Basement is when your strengths end up kind of turning against you into weaknesses. It's a really cool concept. I love it. I'll put a link in the description box below. They did not pay me. Just putting that out there. It's just something I find really interesting, because I'm very interested in like personality assessments and using that to help inform like how you interact with the world. Anyways, long story short, one of my top 5 strengths is learner. That's actually, I believe, my number 1 is learner. And so I really enjoy getting a lot of new information and getting to use it and sort of just having it. And one thing about learners is they don't always necessarily apply it. So using YouTube as my way to apply my learning has been something I really enjoyed. And so I want to, long story short, oh my gosh, sorry guys. Long story short, yeah, I want to say that I'm really excited for some of the stuff I have planned for this channel. My first goal, get the channel up and running. That has clearly been done. Second goal is continue to grow a community, and that one, you guys know, that's never going to stop. We're always going to keep growing. I'm really excited about it. And the third and sort of the next goal is to now start upping that ante, raising that bar. And I know that, you know, I'm still troubleshooting since I've moved to the new PC. I'm learning Adobe Premiere Pro right now. I've decided to use that as like my main editing program, and that's definitely more complex than the program I was using, and I'm really enjoying it. It's giving me a good excuse to learn stuff and apply it. A bunch of you asked for computer specs, and I will list them out in the description below. I don't know, honestly, I don't know if it's like the top of the line. I spent what I feel like is a good amount of money for me on this computer, and I am fortunate enough because, again, my brother-in-law has connections. He's able to get parts, he knows how to build it, so I was able to get a little bit of help. So with my budget and his expertise, we combined and made this beautiful new Ponyo computer. Yay! And yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling. It's been a long week. I've had a lot of really like a lot of long days, but I'm really excited. It's been the thing I'm most excited for is actually happening on Sunday. The dance company that I help sort of run and manage, and I dance in as well, is having auditions on Sunday, so I can't wait. And yeah, good things are happening. Slowly but surely, good things are happening. I hope you guys have wonderful things happening in your lives too. Again, in the comments below, let me know what you think. Game music, what do you listen to? Do you listen to it? Actually, maybe not everyone does. And if you do listen to it, please, any suggestions, and again, even if it's not something you would consider danceable, I want to hear it, because, well, sometimes things that non-dancers are like, oh, that's not danceable music, I actually love, because I don't usually, you know, dubstep, the isn't my thing. I like sort of weird things, weird music that has a lot of rhythms and beats I can play with. So, anyways, have a wonderful week. I hope you guys have great plans, and please feel free. I think we're at 45 subscribers, so like, share, comment. I'm really excited because, again, never thought this would ever actually happen. My wildest dreams. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, I'm really proud. So I will see you guys in the next video, and have a wonderful week. All right.